So in one of my previous videos, I said I want to learn more about the Great Lakes. I seen some interesting facts about it on previous videos, and it really piqued my interest to learn more. Just looking at the size of them, I feel like if you combine the surface area of all of them, they'd probably be bigger than my home country, Scotland. That's just the sheer size of them. But today I want to start that learning process by looking at some facts. Great Lakes facts. Tell me what you think about these. Tell me interesting facts about the Great Lakes that you know that might not be included on this video. And if there's any that are new to you from here, tell me about them. Let's watch this.
You can surf on these lakes. Gordon Lightfoot sang about a famous shipwreck on them. Their shores touch the city of Chicago, and more than 30 million people rely on these lakes for drinking water.
Whoa, okay, so I think that may be one of the facts that I heard before. 30 million people rely on those lakes. So is there any potential for any issues with that? Like, is there anything that could happen that could cut off that supply or anything like that? Also, the one I think it was mentioned there, Gordon Lightfoot, sang a song about the Edmund Fitzgerald, was that he mentioned? Tell me more about that. I feel like I've seen that song or seen that boat mentioned somewhere in one of the previous videos. Tell me more about that as well. But already, very interesting facts.
Welcome to Moo Moo Math and Science and the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes is a group of 5 very large freshwater lakes found in the United States and Canada. They are Lake Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, and Superior.
And just to ask as well, while we see this image, if you're from Canada or from the US and you've been to any of these, do you have a particular favourite, and why? Is there any that are more beautiful, any that have got anything interesting surrounding them?
You can use homes in order to remember the 5 Great Lakes. The Great Lakes are massive and border 8 states. They are the largest group of freshwater lakes on Earth by total area and contain 21% of the world's fresh water by volume. Let's take a look at the Great
21% of the world's fresh water? A fifth of the world's fresh water just from these 5 lakes in North America? That's quite amazing, actually. That really shows the importance and the size there.
Lake Huron. It borders on the north and east the Canadian province of Ontario, and in the south and west by the U.S. state of Michigan. Its name is derived from the early French explorers who named it for the Huron people inhabiting the region. It is connected to Lake Michigan by the 5-mile-wide Straits of Mackinac.
Okay, so they're connected.
Fact, Lake Huron has 30,000 islands and has been called the Freshwater Sea. Lake Ontario. It's surrounded in the north and west and southwest by the Canadian province of Ontario, and in the south and east by the U.S. state of New York. Lake Ontario serves as the outlet to the Atlantic Ocean by the St. Lawrence River.
Okay, cool.
Lake Michigan. It's located in the United States. Its shoreline borders the states of Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan. It has major ports, including Milwaukee, Green Bay in Wisconsin, and Chicago. Lake Michigan is the only Great Lake that is completely within the borders of the United States. Lake Michigan has many beaches and is often referred to as the third coast.
Okay, so the lake actually has beaches. Like, how are those beaches? Are they like really nice? That one actually looks like a pretty cool beach. And yeah, it mentioned at the start you can go surfing on some of these. I guess, is this one of the ones you can go surfing? Have you ever surfed on one of these lakes? I think that's interesting.
Lake Erie is the warmest and most southern of the Great Lakes. It's situated on the international boundary between Canada and the United States. Its northern shore is the Canadian province of Ontario, and in the United States, you have Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York.
Just to ask as well, when you see the split of the border here, it really just goes through the center of these lakes. I guess obviously that was done on purpose, but why? I don't really know too much about geography and why that decision would be made, but why would that happen? I don't really know. It would seem like it would make it more difficult to control the border by going through a lake, but there must be a reason why they've actually did that.
The largest city on the lake is Cleveland, and it also includes other major cities like Buffalo, New York, Erie, Pennsylvania, and Toledo, Ohio. Erie's primary inlet is the Detroit River, and its outflow is by the Niagara River. Lake Superior is the northernmost of the Great Lakes. The lakes extend to Ontario in Canada as well as the United States as Wisconsin, Minnesota, and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Fun fact, it contains as much water as all of the other Great Lakes combined, plus 3 extra Lake Erie.
Whoa.
Let's rank the Great Lakes in terms of surface area from smallest to largest. The smallest is Lake Ontario. Next is Lake Erie. Then Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, and finally Lake Superior. Thanks for watching, and remember, kindness multiplies kindness. Be kind.
Well, Superior is just an absolute beast of a lake there, the size of it, that's quite insane. So yeah, that was a good little brief introduction to the Great Lakes. I'll definitely want to do more research and check out some more videos. I want to see the lake. Some of those shots there, they look very beautiful lakes, look like good places. People had some yachts out there and all that. I can imagine there'd be good places to like spend some time, vacation, have holidays there and things like that as well. Are these places that like people go to for holidays? Would that be a popular travel destination for people in Canada and the USA? And yeah, again, like I asked, what's your favorite thing to do there? Is there a lot of good like food? Like I was going to say seafood, but they're not seas, so I don't know what you'd actually say there. But yeah, is there good seafood in the vicinity of there? Are any of them more known for that than others? And yeah, for me, again, it's like definitely somewhere I would love to visit and see these in person. You see the size of like Lake Superior there, for instance. To actually be there, I think you could only be there to really appreciate the sheer size of it. But yeah, tell me what you think about this. Recommend more videos about the Great Lakes, and I'll check them out soon. Thanks.